Hello, 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 welcome. Merry Christmas, happy holidays, happy it's cold outside time, unless you're in, the southern hemisphere, in which case, happy Tuesday? It's Tuesday. How are you guys doing today? We are here to make some gingerbread cookies, and I'm very, very excited because, I'm always excited, but it's my favorite, they're my favorite. Not just my favorite Christmas thing, but like my favorite thing to eat, which is why I don't make them very often, because I feel like it would be very bad for both my teeth and my figure. So I have my recipe. It was like my babysitter's as a child, and then it was my mom's, and now it's mine, and I've adjusted it a little bit because I like them a little bit spicier. I cannot withstand a bland gingerbread cookie, but I got my ingredients, and I got, very cheap online, but I got a food scale. I am actually trying now, so if I fail, I can feel worse because I tried. I'm Hazel for the Alliance. Looked at your old video of this the other day. It was a huge hit. All my family last year, so I'm going to make it again. Yes! I am so glad that at least somebody watched that video. It took me a really long time to make, and it was just kind of off topic for my channel, so it didn't do that great. Sample lives, yay for Christmas themed cooking stream. Yeah, I wanted to do, like, dress up Christmassy, but I don't own anything Christmassy. I don't even have a Christmas sweater, so I'm just wearing my sweet Nostromo leggings again. Pro baking now, yeah. And the recipe was in just like cups, and I didn't know what those weighed. So before the stream started, I'm so prepared this week to make up for last week where I was like late because of Pocket Camp. This week I'm so prepared. I actually sat down, got my pen out, went online and looked up what sugar and flour weighs per cup, and then like did the math and then like scribbled it down on my page. So we're ready. So I'm gonna actually get started here because the dough has to chill, and then we're gonna like bake and then cool and make the icing. We're doing all of it today. So I need to start if I want to be done before like midnight. So I'm gonna catch up with chat as soon as I have this kind of together. I've already got all my stuff out here. So we're creaming together butter. We're creaming together butter and sugar, and then we're gonna mix in an egg. I should have taken the egg out. I took the butter out at least. The butter came out like an hour ago because I am prepared today. So butter and sugar. So we need 300 grams of sugar. Oh, you know what's gonna slow me down today is I've never used the scale before. So I need to figure it out. I know that there's a thing that I do, like I put a bowl on there and I press a button, and that like subtracts the weight of the bowl from the next thing I measure. We're gonna figure it out. Anyways, the butter can go in first. That's a good start. Oh, it's leaning. It's a little warm in here, not too warm. It was actually freezing earlier, but I knew I shouldn't turn on the heat because I knew as soon as I got like baking, it always, I swear it gains like 15 degrees in here. I'm not sure if that's Celsius or Fahrenheit or both. So while I'm not reading, I'm going to do that awkward thing the dentists do where they like, I guess you can answer me, I just can't read it yet. But while I'm not reading chat, let me ask you guys a question. What do you think of the new Overwatch skins? There were new Overwatch skins this morning. We got new Hanzo skin, which is my favorite because he's like casual. I want casual outfits for all of the heroes. But he looks really, really good in sweatpants. And then we've got like Ana, there's like a Hedwig Ana, and she's got like an owl, and then Bastion has a little snow owl too. The soldier skin I could go either way on. I think Tuskar Roadhog, they say he's like Ice Fisher, but he's Tuskar Roadhog. There is no denying that. Is pretty dope. And I want to get them all, but I don't have extra WoW gold to spend in tokens. I've been putting my WoW tokens into game time just to get some extra buffer. I have like a year, but still. So I don't have the WoW gold to do it that way. And I don't have a lot of extra, I'm not going to spend a bunch of extra money on Overwatch skins right now, because that's not very smart when you're trying to save money. So I'm going to need to play a bunch of Overwatch, because I at the very least want the Hanzo skin, because I saw the Hanzo skin with like the hair and like the jacket and like the dragon on the back of its sweatpants, and I'm like, yo, I'm a Hanzo main now. So I need that, but it means I need to find time to play Overwatch, and I don't know when I'm going to find time to play Overwatch. I barely have time to play Pocket Camp. Although I kind of did everything in Pocket Camp, so now I'm sort of waiting for new content. Alright, so I need 300 grams of sugar. So I'm going to get a little bowl, or a medium bowl. I was looking at Amazon reviews for the scale, and somebody's like, can I use this to weigh my cat? And the seller replied, and they're just like, no. Your cat's gonna move too much, yo. Okay, so we're on. So I think I put this on, and it says that my bowl gives me 26, I don't want ounces, I want grams. There we go. So this bowl weighs 755 grams, very heavy. And then we press that, and it's zeroed out. So now it says 0 grams. That's what I want. So now I need to add sugar until we're looking at 300 grams of sugar, which should be about 1.5 cups. But I'm gonna measure it actually my normal way, and then find out how wrong I would have been, because I'm curious. Okay. 1.5 cups of sugar. I really wish I could read that. It's very far away. The dough's gonna have to chill for at least 20 minutes, so I'm gonna see if I can get it in the fridge before I like really stop and chat. Once I have it in the fridge, I can like make some tea and like sit down. Okay, so that's 1/2 cup. Just 103 grams. Good start, good start. Only 3 grams over. And then another 1/2 cup. Let's look a little bit out of that one. Oh, no, 206 grams. So it's a little much, actually. So I need to make this one a little smaller. So let's make it a little light, actually, like pretty light, and then we can top up with like a little spoon until we get to exactly 300. So there's 283 grams. If I'm going to science this, then I'm going to science it properly. This is actually really fun. 288, 296, 297. Man, this is going to slow me way down. 299? 300. There we go. Perfect. Perfectly measured sugar. All right, that needs to be creamed, so we're going to go whoop. I'm assuming I can use that bowl to measure my flour in a minute. So that should zero out again. Good. And this may be loud, so I'm going to turn it on and then like stand back because the mic is on me. Arisa has an extra cute emote with a puppy. Oh, I saw the puppy in the Twitter video they posted. I looked and didn't see a skin for her. The bowls hurt your ears. Oh, I'm sorry. You want Christmas sweater skins? Yeah. Doesn't Soldier have one? Happy early winter Veil Hazel. Thanks, Martin. Is that a real KitchenAid? Yes, I did not buy a knockoff KitchenAid. A new viewer just got into WoW. You can afford it now. Monks are really fun. You're gonna have a great time. You're gonna have a great time. A lot of nuts. It's new baking badge. Yeah. Good afternoon, Hazel. Good afternoon, Brendan. Welcome, welcome. I'm turning it up to try and throw some of the butter off into the bowl. I think I just need to scrape. It's all like up on the thingy do. Get out of there. Get out of there. You should be soft. I left you up for like an hour. You were leaning. Leaning, I tell you. Okay, let's try again. It just climbed right back up onto the paddle. Come on now. I'm not adding more stuff until you've properly creamed, you butter. You butter do it. Oh dear. You have bad experience with mixture spraying stuff all over the kitchen. How you doing, Damien? I have that experience with blenders. I'm very scared of blenders. I know that they have lids, but the lids have failed me in the past. All right, we're getting closer. It's like really, I think it's just a little bit too stiff still. It's not super stiff. I'm gonna break it up in a couple of pieces with my handy purple rubber thing. I want to say it's a spatula, but I think flippy things are also spatulas, and I'm very confused about what the correct one is, because I've heard them both described as spatulas. Like this is a spatula, but this is also a spatula, and they can't both be a spatula, so I don't. So this is a flippy, and this is just a thingy, until I figure it out anyways. All right, now we're getting somewhere. I also turned my own mic down a little bit, so hopefully it's a little less like RIP headphone users. Okay, so there's butter and sugar. When you stream, welcome back, Volcron. Are you gonna wowify the gingerbread? Suggest festive purple void icing. Actually, so what we're gonna do with the icing? Hang on, let me keep moving. What we're gonna do with the icing? 1 egg? Yeah, 1 egg. Is so I'm making the icing myself. I'm making royal icing, and clean up later. I'm making royal icing, and I can color it whatever I want. Like I have coloring, and I was thinking we could vote if I can figure out how to do a poll for my kitchen, because I don't actually have my stream bot controls. I just kind of turn it on and let it do its thing. But I was thinking, I think Void Elf Purple would be really good. I have a, so there's egg. All right, now I need to mix together the dry ingredients, which I should have done first, but I forgot. Also, my laptop keeps sliding off of its cooling pad, and it's making me really nervous. Maybe if I like take down the elevation. Here we go. Please don't slide into the sink. You cost a lot of money. All right, so I need to get dry ingredients into a bowl. Will they fit in that bowl? They might fit in that bowl. Let's give it a go. So I'm going to do the flour first so that I can see it weighed, and then I'll just add the baking soda, cinnamon, ginger, and ground cloves. The purple is a spatula. The other one is correctly termed a slotted turner. Okay. A slotted turner. That's not as much fun as a flippy thing. I'm like 7 years old. What am I doing? I'm measuring flour. Okay, we get to science again. We get to baking bad. We're going for 330 grams of flour. So let's start with the cup and kind of like approximate it. So on, and it's zeroed out. That's good. Take my knife. 330 grams. So there's 1 cup. Looks like 144 grams, which I think is under what it should be from what I looked it up. I'm not 100% sure. Maybe it's over. Anyways, 330, right? Yeah, 330. It's 290, so if we just like 331, close, not close enough. Okay, not okay. There we go. Now it's 330. And then the other ones, I'm not gonna weigh out my spices. I don't care that much. I'm gonna leave the flour out because I'm gonna need that later when I'm like rolling out the dough. Good job, Skill. You did good. You did good for like a cheap Amazon product. So a tablespoon of cinnamon, a tablespoon of ground ginger, and then 2 teaspoons of cloves. Those amounts are increased from the original amounts in the original recipe, but that is because I like it this way. I've made it this way plenty of times. So tablespoon of cinnamon. I wish I could have baking stream music, but I'm just so leery of YouTube because these go up as videos later, and I would really hate to get my entire career shut down because I accidentally played the wrong song. that would be really unfortunate. Okay, so there's cinnamon. I'm gonna wipe that down before I put anything else in it. Hello, pancake. Make purple void icing tentacles. I think you guys are a little bit overly ambitious for what my skills can do. Normally, like, if you creep my Instagram back far enough, you'll see the kind of decorating that I normally do, which is giant blobs of icing so that I can stick candy in there so that it tastes good. I'm not terribly good at decorating. I don't have the coordination. So, a tablespoon of ginger. Oh! This won't fit, so I need to actually level out 3 of these. Approximately, anyways. If it's a little extra spicy, we can live with that. We can live with that. So 1. Making sure I'm not about to step on my cat. She normally like hangs out in the same room as me, but normally she'll just like figure out what room I'm in and then find a spot in the room. But today she's been actually following me around to the point where I have to make sure I don't step on her because she's like right by my feet normally, but not this moment. Okay, so there's my ginger, and now I need 2 teaspoons of cloves. Which are these ones, which I wish I could put in more things because they always smell really good. It's a very, very Christmas kind of smell. Hi, Hazel Slipweed. Should be fine if you use things like Egger Fox music, all copyright free. Just depends on what style of music you want. I know, in theory, I've used copyright free music before and gotten hit for it. So I'm just really, really wary. The only stuff I ever use in my YouTube videos is stuff from their creator library, stuff that I have made myself, and in-game music, sometimes from WoW. That is the only stuff I will ever touch. Alright, 2 teaspoons of this. Oh, the teaspoon won't even fit. Alright, well, I don't know why I cleaned that then. So like, that's about half. That's probably like 1. Yeah, about that much. And then we can't forget the baking soda, otherwise these are going to be some exceptionally flat cookies. This does not go on there. That is too big. 1.5 teaspoons baking soda? 1.5 teaspoons. Pretzel for YouTube-friendly music, fully licensed playlist. They'll even help you fight a strike if you get one. Gotcha. Did you see my tweet? I made you a free squirrel clapping gif. I didn't see it. I'll have to go back and look for it. I've been having issues with my Twitter notifications. YouTube system's messed up. My Minecraft videos are not suitable for ads. Honestly, if it makes you feel any better, none of my videos are suitable for ads when they first go up. Not a single one. Every single one of my videos that I've uploaded in the last 2 months has been flagged and demonetized, and I file the appeal and they all come up clean. But I have to file an appeal every single time for all of my videos. And you guys have seen my videos. They're not, I don't even say bad words. It's not fair. Hazel, I love your lipstick today. Thank you. I was really scared about it because I really love wearing bright colored lipstick, but I never ever wear it if anybody's gonna see me. It's like perfume. I really love wearing fragrance, but I don't wear it out because I really don't want to stand out too much, I guess. I don't know. Let's see. 1.5 teaspoons. Baking soda. This guy. Or like 3 of these. Really big box of baking soda. I should probably get a new one. I think I've had this for a while. I know there's something that happens with baking soda when it's been open too long, but I don't really know. I think it absorbs odors, but it's not like I've been keeping this in my fridge. It kind of just like lives on my cupboard. So 1.5, one more. And then when we add that, we're also going to add the molasses. I need my little whisker, like a fork or a whisk or a... Here it is. This metal whisk came with my hand mixer that I haven't used in ages since I got the stand mixer. Good morning, Hazel. Sup, Marcy? How are you doing? Normally takes 48 hours to sort it. Yep. Yep. And if I was a more diligent person, I would be working very far ahead of my schedule, so I would have videos up like 3 to 5 days in advance to make sure they were cleared first. And I do want to do that. That is a goal of mine. It's just so hard for me to work ahead of time because my videos always take longer than I think they're going to take, and I'm kind of a procrastinator. The worst word I ever heard from you is butts. I mean, didn't you ever go to like one of my old arena streams? I used to swear like a sailor on those. Okay, so there's my dry ingredients. So I'm going to add those and then the molasses mixed together, and then we'll be chilling for 20 minutes in the fridge. So actually I already took out my molasses. Put the lid back on this one now. I don't need this one anymore. I don't need this one anymore. Oh, okay. See if I can do this without like... I know I'm supposed to do it in like 3 increments, but it's such a pain in the butt to... let's just do it in 2. There we go. That's about half of it. And most of it is on the counter. It's okay. Oh, no, you can see it. I was going to say it's okay. If it's not on camera, it didn't happen, but that's not true. I did sterilize this counter before I started this, so I could maybe sweep it up and still use it. I don't know. I don't know, man. And then 2 tablespoons of molasses. I often go a little heavy in the molasses because I feel like most of it sticks to the spoon, and because it's yummy. You should be doing a time lapse on mining in WoW instead. I know you have the cookbook. Are these the cookies on page 169? Are these the Great Father Winter cookies? They are not. Only because I already have like a favorite gingerbread cookie recipe. I really should give that one a chance. I've enjoyed all the other baking recipes. And I really love gingerbread cookies. It's just, these are like my traditional ones, so it would feel really weird making something else. This isn't really that... What if all of the baking powder is in this part that I spilled? I need one of those big funnels, but I feel like I have enough baking hardware in my life. Okay. I'm not going to worry too much about using a little flour for the counter, because like I said, I did clean it. And that's probably where we're going to roll all this stuff out anyways. Okay. Nope. Stay in there. Clean, it's fair game. Yeah. Demonetized for saying molasses. If you don't like them, you can send them to me. Your Twitch is so long I don't remember anymore. It was usually 6 a.m. for me, so they must have flew past me. Yeah. I mean, isn't it still really late for you right now? I guess this is one of the earlier streams that I do. I really want to get my life together to the point that I can do like a weekly Tuesday morning EU-friendly mountain run stream. Like, that just sounds really chill. I don't see why not, but I can't, I can never seem to get enough stuff done because I want to have all my videos done first. Okay, so that's my dough. Let me make sure everything's here. Get it all mixed up, and then we will just put that in the fridge for 20 minutes. I cannot actually start making the icing early. I'll start the icing once the cookies are cooling, actually, where it's going to be a little bit because it's royal icing and it starts to harden pretty quickly after you make it. So we can't do that in advance, which means we're going to have some time to sit and make some tea and drink some tea and catch up a little bit. So there's that. Give this a good mix to make sure there's no chunks of anything just kind of like on the bottom with my little purple. I guess this is a spatula because we've decided the other one is officially a flippy-do. Try not to like mash my bowl into my mic. You need an EU account first. Well, when I say EU friendly, I meant like an EU friendly time so that anybody from the EU can watch my stream without it being like 6 in the morning. But yeah, an EU account would be good. It's on one of my Patreon goals, but Patreon's doing some strange things, and I wouldn't be surprised if I shed some patrons because of it. They're shifting like the credit card fees to be paid by the patrons, which I don't like. I think it's going to do more harm than it helps. And I think they're readjusting their fee structure so that they actually get more money. It's still not nearly as bad as PayPal, but it's a thing. All right. I'm waiting. I'm hoping, like, they're getting a lot of kickback from it, so I'm kind of hoping they just, like, revert the decision. That would be good. All right. This goes in the fridge. That was terrible. That was actually the worst thing. Growing up, we used to get these really huge boxes of plastic wrap from like Costco, and it had this little zip thing. There was like a blade that actually worked, and that was very clean and neat and useful. Wow, I actually have so much stuff in my fridge. Will this fit? As I just kind of like shove it in there. I don't think that's gonna work. Am I gonna have to actually organize this? Son of a bad lady. Oh. Close enough. All right. I need to organize my entire kitchen. It's not like, it's clean. It's not tidy. I need to do my cupboards because I have a really bad habit of push something in and then I'll find it later. It's not very forward thinking of me. And when I do go in and organize something, I like organize it. It usually stays pretty clean, but until that point, it's kind of a lost cause. 20 in Germany, 8:20 a.m. in Australia, UK. They claimed you got more. Yeah. I think I get an extra $1 because I'm not paying the credit card fee anymore. It's not worth the hassle. They need to not. Watching you make the dough makes me hungry. Hi Hazel, finally caught a live stream but at work. Hello Hazel, how are the cookies coming along? Brandon Anderson, hello. Cookies, I didn't taste the dough, so it's a bit of a mystery, but they always turn out good. These are my favorites. Son of a bad lady. Look at the Seagrams in there. Seagrams. What are Seagrams? Our giant roll from Costco's lasted over a decade. I bought it in 2004, right? Yeah. You're looking at it, you're like, man, that's a lot of money for plastic wrap. And then you look at how much is actually there, and you're like, man, I could wrap my entire car in this. Don't forget my time walking tip the other day. Also, did you ever get an updated video to the Dreadwalker pet battle since the thing was nerfed? I did not do the updated Dreadwalker pet battle. I did not do that. I saw a post where someone did the math. It's like 5% for the creator, 7% fee for the Patreon, like 125% for Patreon. I think I saw those going around on Twitter. It depends on the size of the pledge, but I don't think it's really better for anybody except for Patreon. Gotta check out the pretzel recipe sometime. It seems popular. The Brewfest pretzels from the WoW Cookbook, those are really good. Those turned out really well. I want to make them a couple more times because my shaping skills left some things to be desired. They came out looking kind of like bagels, but they tasted like pretzels. Hey Hazel, do you play D&D or Pathfinder? I used to play Pathfinder. Back in Canada, I had a Pathfinder group. And I like bought the really expensive like textbook to learn how to play it and everything. But we only did a couple of sessions and then it fell apart and then I left the country and I have not played since. I really liked playing it, but it was such a huge time investment. Like the sessions were easily 6 to 10 hours every single time we would do it. And that's a long time to sit in a room playing Pathfinder. I have a hard time sitting and doing anything for longer than like 90 minutes. Hi Hazel, what's up Andrew? This is making me hungry. I'm ordering pizza. Pick your 2 favorite toppings. I want to try something new. Ooh. My 2 favorite pizza toppings, might be kind of scary. I really like sun-dried tomatoes and feta cheese. I feel like those are pretty safe and delicious. Hi everyone, hi Hazel. What's up Norma, how are you doing? Finally finished Family Fighter today. Gratstein. Do you like your gingerbread cookies soft and chewy or hard and crunchy? kind of in the middle, but definitely not soft and chewy. Like, I want it to be, and definitely not hard and crunchy. Definitely in the, like, I want it to be firm and chewy. Does that make any sense? These ones, they roll out pretty thin, so they're not like a big, thick, cakey one. I don't want it to be cakey, but I don't want it to be like a cracker. Does that make any sense? Hazel, sorry I'm late. I was making pretzel dough with my friend. No worries. I think the solution is more beverages, mushrooms on pizza. Mushrooms are good. Sounds like the old PvP battles in vanilla, AV games going on for 10 to 14 hours at a time. Yeah, people reminisce fondly about that. It does not sound fun to me. Okay, I'm gonna clean up that, and I'm gonna clean up that, and then, oh, I should have set a timer. I'm gonna set like 15 minutes because I feel like I put that in 5-ish minutes ago, and it's probably gonna take me a few minutes to get rolling. So we're gonna do some cleanup, and then I'm gonna make some tea and pull my stool in here. We can chat some more. I was just looking at those pretzels. I was thinking about trying them. The cookbook, they look really good. They do. They'll take more time than you think to do them, though, especially the first time. They take a little, like, just give yourself a good amount of time. Crunchy on the outside and chewy on the inside. Yes. I remember Ultra Valley. Do you like Anne of Green Gables? It wasn't, like, I've read them all. I've seen was it a TV series or was it a movie? I've seen whatever it was. I didn't like them that much. It was kind of the same reason I didn't like, Little House on the Prairie. I read all of the Little House on the Prairie books, but them and Anne of Green Gables were like, I guess, they felt very quaint, and I don't know why that should bother me, but it did. It was just too sweet and nice. I wanted dark and dramatic at that age. I should go back and give them another read. Maybe I would be more nostalgic for it now. Okay, so there's molasses. I guess if I'm making tea anyways, and I'm kind of committing to brushing my teeth after this, so there's no real harm in me snacking on the dough that's on that paddle. Also, this is just tragic. If somebody else had done this, I would be upset with them. So let's fix that a little bit. It looks like a bear ripped it off. Pretzels are really good and fun to make. Yeah, I should do them again. Why didn't we do them? Oh no, we didn't do them on stream because they had like it was like a yeasted thing with like a rising time. I think that's why I didn't do them on stream. Okay, so that's gonna stay out because I'm gonna need that when I'm rolling out the dough. Let me wipe the, hang on. This goes in here. This goes into my mouth, don't worry about it. Real House in the Prairie was a true story though? Oh, was it? Wasn't it like a lot of really sad stuff? Didn't like a bunch of people die and like a dog or something? I remember it being kind of a bummer. Yeah, for gingerbread trolls. Thanks, Norma. Thank you very much for the 5. Oh yeah, speaking of which, we need to talk about, we need to talk about cookie shapes. I mean, it's not really a discussion. There's very few options. I don't have that many cookie cutters. This is gonna be good. Alright, that's as much as I can. It's got raw egg in it. You're not supposed to do that. Alright. Setting a bad example. I'm still gonna sweep later, but I want to try and keep most of it off of my floor. Are they legit pretzels with lye and all that? No. No, I really doubt that they would ask you to mess with lye in a cookbook like, well, in that kind of a cookbook anyways, one that's like sort of mass marketed and targeted at experienced and new bakers alike, because lye is really dangerous. I used to make soap as a kid, out in the woods. I used to make soap, and one of the very first lessons you learn making soap as a child is lye is very scary, and you want to be really, really careful if you would like to keep your skin. That's like some good old-fashioned chemical burns to give you some grown-up memories. And pregnant and doesn't know who the baby daddy is? Are you like, was that an actual Anne of Green Gables story, or are you pitching one? Baking soda? Yeah, they do use baking soda, that's true. Am I making gingerbread gnomes? Well, I'll show you the cutter options once I've got the kitchen cleaned up here and I've got some tea roll, and I'll pull out all of my cookie cutters and I'll show them to you, and we can decide. Because I would like to decorate them like a little bit. They definitely need to be Christmas, but they also should be like a little bit WoW. But we have very limited cookie cutter options. I don't have the WoW cookie cutters. And also, I feel like those ones are the ones, like the plastic ones with the really shallow indentations, and these cookies rise a little bit and they kind of misshape a little bit. So the details are probably going to get a little lost. Have you finished Heroic Cantoras yet? No. We've only done it for 1 week. Well, 2 weeks, I guess. The first week we killed the first, like, 3 bosses. The second week we made it up to 7. And our raid night's not till Wednesday. We don't raid on Tuesdays, so we're raiding tomorrow night and Thursday. And I don't think we're going to clear it this week. I think we're probably going to clear... We're going to do re-clear 7, 8... I bet you we can do Varimathras and Coven. I don't think we can do Agrimar and Argus this week. That's my prediction. I predict that we're going to get to 9 of 11. Hopefully I'm wrong. Hopefully we just like blow right through it, but it's really early. Nobody's in a big hurry to be done with it yet. We know we're going to be here for a while, so not too worried about it. Hi Hazel, hi Chess, crisscross. Love to see your voice in here and see a WoW version of you giving quests. Even when they make NPCs for community people, though, they don't usually give them their voice. I feel like the only example of that is when there was that Make-A-Wish kid. Like years and years and years ago, that Make-A-Wish kid got his own voice. Ezra is an NPC in Mulgore, a quest giver, and he has the voice. But that was a very, very, very special circumstance. What I would like to do, though, is make, one day when I can figure out how to do it, my leash is just like tangled everywhere. Is make a DBM voice pack. That I could probably get together. You guys got 6 of 11 last week here in Heroic. Nice, nice. Did you get any good loot? I have a normal Acrid Catalyst Injector, which is the Kingroth trinket that's really good for Shadow Priest. I have a normal version of it. I bonus rolled it. And now I really want the Heroic version. I mean, of course, I need my Shadow Priest buddy to get it first. But the normal one is just so good that the Heroic one is going to be so juicy. I can't wait. Hazel, where do you get all of your WoW memorabilia? Mostly from the Blizzard gear store. A couple things from third parties, like this apron, for example, was from Etsy. But most of my WoW stuff is from the gear store, and honestly, 90% of it I bought during their spring clearance sale when most things were like 75% off. That's why I have so much of it. Hazel, I loved your vids. Keep making more. Thank you. Perfect shape for void portal cookies. Yellow teapot makes an appearance. Oh yeah, I need tea. Need water and tea. I'm gonna get lipstick all over everything I drink from, by the way. What kind of tea do I want? Or should we, let's pick a cookie cutter first. So, I have a star. I have a big old star. This one is nice because it's got like the actual rubber grip on it, and it's like a pretty big cookie. And stars are Christmassy. And then I have gloves. Why do I have so many gloves? Sorry, I'm digging at my cookie cutters. I'll be back up in a second. And then there's one more in here. Okay, so here are the options. We have the star, which I was kind of planning on because it's somewhat Christmassy and it's like a good cutter. We have Hello Kitty. I bet we could make the Hello Kitty into kind of a gnome, you know? There's nothing, like, once it's kind of deformed a bit, there's nothing terribly Hello Kitty about this one. This one is like the head shape, that one's a little bit tougher. And then we have these, which are, I think they're Star Wars. I'm gonna be real honest with you, I have no idea what they are, other than the fact that they're Star Wars. I'm not a big Star Wars fan. I don't hate it or anything, I'm not super into it. And I think somebody got these for me as like a really well-intentioned gift. Like, oh, you like nerdy stuff? Here, you bake. Like, thanks. How's Heavy doing? He's working. Didn't even know you streamed. Good thing that YouTube suggested it to me. Welcome to the stream, Gerbers. We do WoW streams every Friday where I'm actually like playing the game, and sometimes we do like viewer stuff. And then twice a month we do these, which are baking streams. And today, I'm making some gingerbread cookies, and the dough is chilling in the fridge right now. We're picking cookie cutters. Not too new to your YouTube vids, but I haven't been here for a long time either. Have you ever shown your ink or talked about them? So, there's not really a whole lot to say. It's not like a really emotional story or anything. This tattoo is a tree. It's like a cherry blossom tree. It's kind of like black and white with some pink on it. I have, you can't really see it. You can kind of see it actually if I, hang on, wrong way. You can kind of see it through my shirt window. I have a maple leaf on the back of the shoulder there. That's just because I knew when I got that tattoo that I was going to be leaving Canada, and I was really sad about it, and I wanted to take part of it with me. And that's pretty much it. I want to get a bunch more. I want to get my other arm done. I want to get this arm done with birds. Like I want a big owl up here, but I'm kind of scrawny. And I've been lifting weights a little bit, but I don't know if I have enough surface area to get like the really cool owl that I want. And then on my left leg, I want to get from my ankle to my knee like sort of a coniferous sort of Pacific Northwest theme like pine tree with a little red, like the red-winged blackbirds. We have those around here, and I really love the sound they make. So I want to get a little one of those like on the top of the tree. And then on my other leg, I want to get a big heron, a big great blue heron on my right thigh. But tattoos are very expensive, and it's not very high on my priority list, so I'm probably not doing it anytime soon. We have Star Trek cookie cutters, really cool. What's the Hello Kitty backstory? Why did I get these? They were cute. They were cute and they were cheap. I think they were on sale. I was like at a baking supply store with a friend, and she was getting something to make like a wedding. We were at a baking supply store to buy things to make my wedding cake with. Because I was trying to plan my super fast wedding, because I moved here on a K1 visa, which meant that from entering the country I had 90 days to get married, which is not very long to plan a wedding, and plan and then have a wedding. So we went to a baking supply store, and while I was there, I was like, hey, these are really cheap and on sale, and Hello Kitty's cute. I'm gonna get some Hello Kitty cookie cutters. That's hard to say. Gnome Hello Kitty. Yeah, I think we could do these ones. And then give them like some purple hair. I'm gonna warn you, it's gonna look like nothing. It's gonna look like nothing. I don't have very good skills. Since I'm lazy, I'm doing LFR for the Charhound, and I bought a bonus roll. Can you bonus roll a Charhound? Does it work like that? That'd be cool if it did. You like nerdy things? Story of every gift my family ever gets me, right? They mean well, and honestly, I'm really easy to shop for. There's very few things that I don't like. Anything that's like generic gifts for her, like bath or cosmetic stuff, or like baking, or like, you know, candles or pajamas or socks or whatever. Like, I love all of it. All of it's great. It's very hard to get me a gift that I don't like. A lot of people get me Blizzard stuff these days though, which is a-okay with me. What am I doing? I'm making tea. What kind of tea am I making? Do I need caffeine? I have work to do this afternoon, don't I? I did not even get close to finishing the video that I wanted to put out today, so I should have some. This is Christmas morning tea. It's just a blend of black tea, oolong tea, and jasmine green tea, which doesn't sound very Christmassy. It's kind of like a metallic black tea, but I always used to make it on Christmas mornings. So I could have some of that. You know what? I don't want to be drinking a whole bunch of this in January, so I kind of want to drink it this month, which means I'm going to make some more of it. Why not? Mounts and plushies, yeah. I actually, because of that, I ran out of mounts that people can get me. I have all the shop mounts now. A couple of my online friends get me a shop mount every now and then for like a birthday or Christmas or whatever, and I now have them all. So they're out of luck. I guess there's still a couple of shop pets that I don't have, which is surprising, but I never got like little XT or little KT because I didn't raid either of those raids, and I don't really have the nostalgia for them that I would had I raided them. A little more water. Preheat my teapot. We're about 3 minutes or so from rolling out the dough, so I guess I don't get to sit down yet. Maybe I'll sit down while we're baking them. This week is PvP Brawl Gravity Lap, so we can do that on Friday. Oh, that's a good idea. Now it's your plushies. Big weddings are so expensive these days, yeah. I had a very small, very cheap wedding. It was in our backyard. And the food, like, I feel like people brought drinks, and then the food was just something that was cheap that we could make and serve to not a lot of people. I think there was maybe 15 people there, but it let me stay here, and it was a really beautiful wedding for one that happened in a living room of a place that we rented that we shared with 2 other people. The Charhound is sick. Got it today. My alt. Nice. I hope that draws for me. I never got the. Is it the Abyss Worm? Yeah, because the other one was the Gift of the Mindseeker or whatever, like the Riddler's Mind Worm. So I never got the Abyss Worm from Sassine. That never happened. Okay, so we're doing these ones. It's gonna be a lot of cookies. That's okay. You can get the Landro versions too. Yeah. I don't know. I'll probably get them eventually just to have like the count to have more pets, but I was never terribly into it. Found the best site for man gifts. They had the ultimate toolkit, which consisted of a can of WD-40 and duct tape. That actually just sounds super useful. I feel like you would want to add some super glue to that. I've been using a lot of, oh! Sorry, my doorbell's really loud. Hang on. No. We're good. Are you in the Pacific Northwest? That's where I'm from. I am. We're in Oregon. Not too far from Portland. Doorbell. Seems like a gift. A gift for what, though? Okay, so my dough is chilled, and I'm going to roll it out. Actually, I need to preheat my oven. So these cook at 350 degrees, which is very handy because that's like the default oven temperature. You don't even have to press any buttons. 350. They're going to cook for like 5 to 15 minutes, depending on how thin we roll them out. So I'm going to prepare my tray, and I'm going to start rolling and cutting, because this part takes me like ages. While I do this, I'm actually going to open up chat on my tablet, so I can put it over here, so that I can be, I mean, you guys are just going to get a really wonderful view of my shoulder, but at least I can still talk to you with my mic while I roll and chop, because if I try and move the laptop too far, I'm going to break something. So, show me my own stream. YouTube has taken to showing me my own videos lately, like recommending them, being like, yo, Hazelnuttygames just uploaded a new video, you gotta check this out. I'm like, well, thanks. I think I've seen that one. Okay, there we go. Scooch this around. I need to get rid of that extra kettle, I never use it. This one's gonna go over here. I'm gonna need a little, I'm gonna get a scoop of flour so that I can just sort of, actually gonna take off my jewelry too, because I'm gonna get kind of up in here. I could roll on the counter, but I always just do it on the cutting board. I feel like I really don't want to scratch these counters. I'm not going to live here forever. Alright, keep that there in case I needed some more of it. I have some parchment. I love baking parchment so much. I remember baking at a time, not very long, but in a time before it became popular, and I had to clean so many more things. Oh boy. I have very clicky hips whenever I have to like bend over or crouch down for something, which is fairly often in my life. I think I tense them when I'm sitting, like at my desk. And JB Well bonding filler. Yeah. I've used that stuff to repair just household stuff lately. And Tiger, I had no idea you're local. Hazel, awesome apron. Thanks, Captain Kisses. Awesome name. One of the coolest and hardest things I've done in WoW is the Lucid Nightmare mount. The end part is insane, right? That is my favorite mount now. I think it's so cool how it's a secret mount that, like, the secret finding community all found together over the course of a very long time. And then once it was discovered, it's still not a given. Like, the Riddler's Mind Worm was cool, and the secrets were neat, and it still was a big puzzle for the community to figure out, but once it had been figured out, it was very much fly here, fly here, fly here, fly here. Whereas with the Lucid Nightmare, they were brave enough to create content, like put in effort to create content that was going to be challenging, that most players would probably never even see. And just because you know how to get the Lucid Nightmare doesn't mean that you've done it. And I think that's really cool. Alright, so let me... Tea first. Tea is very important. Also, I started preheating my oven kind of late, so I'm not in a huge hurry. What's up, bud? Okay. Teapot. Strainer. I love this teapot. I swear it's green, though. It's green. You can look it up. It's in my Amazon recommendations shop. It's green. There is a yellow. I'm pretty sure it is not this one. All right. Let's make get a good amount of tea going on in here. Strong tea. Power. I started a map and then I got lost. I think I got really lucky. Either they changed it to take out the teleport rooms, or I got really lucky and didn't find any. Because if you watch that VOD of me doing it, I don't think I really get, either I get teleported and I just don't, I don't know. I never ran into an obvious one that was messing me up. Let's do that for 3.5 minutes. the lid. Oh, I almost dropped that. That would have been very scary. I love that teapot. Okay. And rolling out. I can't hold on to anything. We all want to know how you met your husband. Online dating. I did most of my adult dating online, actually. I had a couple of online dating long-distance boyfriends before I met him, and then I met him, and then I moved here, and now I'm here. Every maze is random. I suck at mazes. Did the other puzzle fast, though. I think it's really cool how it's personally generated, so you can't just follow somebody else's map. I also really appreciated that it was mappable, because I feel like mapping really helped me do it more quickly. Okay. So, here's rolling pin. There's like a lot of flour on that board, but it's fine. I keep wanting to push up my sleeves, but it's not like they're going to get in the way anyways. They're 3/4 length sleeves. I'm going to roll out like a good handful of this. We decided we are doing the Hello Kitty that we're going to try and make look like a gnome with like purple hair or something. Okay, so while I'm doing this, and it's a little bit harder to chat, although I guess I could still see chat over here, but while I'm doing this, I've been thinking a lot about the hair thing, which I'm sorry if this is very boring to you because I've been talking about it a lot, but it's just what I've been thinking about. I was reading comments, I think, on the stream where I was talking about it, and I feel like between that and the actual poll that we did, the answer was overwhelmingly Void Elf Purple, and I think you guys are right. Like, that's probably a more flattering color. And I really want to do it, and I think it wouldn't be that hard. I'm probably going to do it myself at home, because that'll make it easier for me to touch up later, and I'm really cheap, especially like lately. And I think I can protect my surfaces. Like if I buy bleach ahead of time so that I can like clean really well if any dye does get anywhere. And if I like rinse out the dye in the kitchen sink so because it's harder to stain the stainless steel. And I'm just really careful about everything. I would love to do it outside, but it's very public outside here. It's very public, it's very crowded. It'd be a really awkward place to go start hosing out your hair. Also, I don't think there's a hose. Alright, these are going to be pretty thin, but that's alright. I've been rolling out pastry lately for, like, tarts, and I think those are a little thinner. I don't remember how thin I'm supposed to roll these out to. Does it say in my recipe? No, it does not. Okay. These are probably going to bake for, like, 8 or 9 minutes, I think, based on this thickness. But yeah, I was thinking about the hair thing, and I'm going to need to lighten it a little bit, which is going to be kind of damaging, and I'm aware of that. I'm not going to lighten it to blonde because I don't want like celestial on neon hair. I want it to be still, like Void Elf Purple is a pretty dark purple, but I also don't want it to be like eggplant blacky. I don't want it to be darker than my current hair color. So to like try and make it healthier for when I bleach it and just like prepare a plan for when it's damaged and I need to like do hair masks and stuff. I tried last night, this like homemade, I was reading about doing like a olive oil and egg yolk hair mask that was supposed to be really good for your hair and just really easy, like, and I did it, and while I was doing it, it was so gross to like put into my hair that I was pretty sure that whoever had written that blog post was just punking me. But you know, I like mixed up 3 egg yolks because I got a lot of hair, and like a couple tablespoons of olive oil, and then I like knelt over the bathtub and I put that in my hair, and it was really, really like gloopy, and it didn't smell bad. It was just a strange texture, and then like wrapped a plastic shopping bag, like a throwaway plastic shopping bag around my head, and then left it on for like half an hour. And then like rinsed it out with really cold water, which is really cold because it's December. and it was, I guess it was fine. It didn't all come out with the cold water. I had to like actually shampoo my hair this morning, which I was hoping to avoid, but I guess it feels healthier. It was very sort of like not greasy, but not exactly clean looking either. I don't know if I would do it again. I guess if my hair was like really dry, I might consider it. Just noticed the reflection in the fridge. Yeah, I like to wipe down that fridge so you can see quite a bit in it. No, if I'm gonna have shiny stainless steel stuff around, then I need it to look pretty good. All right, I'm gonna try and fit more of these on here because I'm gonna have like a lot of trays worth of cookies, and I'll be able to get them done faster if I can fit more per tray. So we're just gonna kind of like layer them all in here. I have lots of icing. I have a whole bag of icing here to make my icing with, and I have 2 bags of M&Ms. I would typically at home in Canada decorate these with Smarties, but Smarties are harder to get here. They're not impossible to get, but you have to like buy them online or like go to a like import shop, because around here in America, Smarties mean the things that we called rockets at home, like the chalky ones, are not as good. And it's not like Smarties were anything special either. It's just that's always what I decorated my gingerbread cookies with. I would have raw icing, then I would have Smarties. But I learned to accept M&Ms. They're close enough. It's not the same, but it's fine. I'll live. Okay. What you guys saying? A couple of days ago, I saw Flappy at the Shaman Order Hall. Did you say hi? He loves to RP with people, just like in the wild. It's like his thing. I'm always getting screenshots of random encounters he's had with just people in WoW. What you doing? Oh, did the cat wander in? Or did the dog wander in? I didn't notice at all. Okay, so there is one tray. I'm going to throw that in and set a timer for 7 minutes and see how they look. I want to make sure they get baked, but they don't need to be over-baked. These are pretty easy to burn. Alright, so 7 minutes, and in the meantime, I'm going to keep going because there's a lot of these to roll out. So I only have the one insulated baking sheet. So what I typically do is I just lay out another sheet of parchment. Let me move my teapot. I'm going to forget that there's tea in there. I usually lay out another sheet of parchment and then just lay them out on this and then slide it on. My hands feel really floury right now and I hate that. I hate it when they're all like floury and dry. I'm going to have to like find some cream later. You're about to not get the blazing drink. Nestar Bear, you gotta believe. Blurry Doggo. Ah, yeah. Ugh. As someone who's dyed their hair for over a year now, argan oil is your best friend. I've actually been going pretty ham on the argan oil lately just anyways. Because it's been really good in my hair for making it not dry without actually going like too far down the greasy rabbit hole. So I'll probably buy like a bunch more of that if I do the hair thing. Or when I do the hair thing. I just need to decide when. Oh. Okay. Orto, it is so nice how easy this is to roll out compared to pastry. Oops, I jinxed it. I was just saying, it's really nice how easy this is to roll out compared to pastry. Let's just do that again. Whoopsie daisies. Make sure I've got enough flour so I don't rip it. Hopefully they're about the same thickness as last time. I'm so late. What's up, Adam? How are you doing? You guys are talking in the back of my head right now because I am feverishly rolling out cookies. I will get, like, once I get a minute to sit, if there's ever a point where I need to wait for something, then I will grab a stool and chat with you guys and have some tea. But in the meantime, we've got cookies to do. Give me luck. I'm on, Fellhounds. I am crossing my toes for you inside of my slippers. Have you done the Iron Man challenge? Oh, this particular... You know what? That one's just bad. I'm going to need to re-roll that one. That was a very sad Hello Kitty. Okay, and that won't fit. Didn't do my space management very well there. Okay, this is getting a little dry again. The stream is making me want to bake snickerdoodles later. I have never in my life baked a snickerdoodle. I've eaten them before. I feel like maybe they're an American thing. Or maybe I just didn't know people that made them back home. But I never heard of them. Somebody's like, yo, somebody brought some baked goods in. You want a snickerdoodle? And I'm like, a what now? That sounds like a Muppet. Excuse me? But I tried it. It was delicious. It was like a cinnamon sugar cookie. It looks like it probably wouldn't be too hard to make. Maybe one day we'll do steam whittle snickerdoodles. We'll make up a goblin snickerdoodle. Actually, I think steam whittle snickerdoodles would just be snickerdoodles that I've made green. I feel like that's how you would do that. Okay. There we go. There's a good dough sheet. Proud of that. Loud noises outside. Not going to worry about it. There's a lot of noise pollution around here, which is normally fine, except that it's always when I'm trying to record something. They only ever bring out the leaf blowers and the construction right when I'm sitting down to say something. Lately, I've just gone ahead and done it anyways, because it seems like my mic mostly doesn't pick it up. But if you ever hear like a really weird buzzing or crashing noise in the background of one of my videos, then just know it's because I just gave up. I gave up on trying to wait. Sometimes you just gotta get it done. You caved into the heirlooms plus invasion thing from 100 to 110? Yeah, how long did it take you? Was it worth it? I think it's worth it. I mean, like, I've done 100 to 110 the old-fashioned way at least 3 times. I feel like that's enough. I've seen it now. I don't need to do it again. Alright, we're almost through the dough here. I bet we can fit all of this onto 2 trays of cookies. I think that would be really cool. Sometimes I have to do 3, but I think we can get them onto 2. If we really believe in ourselves. And I've never eaten gingerbread cookies. Never? It's hard to really recommend. Not because they're bad, but because there's a very wide variety of them. Like, if you just go to a grocery store in a place that sells gingerbread cookies, assuming that grocery stores in your country do that, you might get something that's not great. There are many different types of them. Some of them are like cakey. Some of them are more like a cracker. Some of them are in between. Some of them have icing. Some of them have candy. Some of them are plain. And it's like almost an entirely different experience depending on what kind you end up with. Some of them are like thick and molassesy. Some of them are like brighter tasting. I don't know. You didn't get one, gotta go to my else now. I believe. You're so hungry. You gotta get some snacks going. I'm gonna be hungry in about an hour because for lunch I had a very healthy lunch that didn't have a whole lot of carbs in it, which is great for my teeth and my energy level, except that I get hungry early. I had like an apple and then a carrot and then some nuts and then some yogurt. I guess the yogurt probably had sugar in it. Hazel, I really like your new YouTube banner. Thanks, Adam. Thanks. I'm wondering if I need to redo it if I dye my hair. What if I go Void Elf purple with my hair, and then people are like, man, this isn't the same girl in the banner. I'm leaving. I've been lied to. This is deceitful marketing. I specifically subscribed for a girl with brown hair. But I think I still have the Photoshop file, so I think I can pretty easily slot in whatever picture I want. Alright, so that's almost all of the dough. I feel like I'm not going to do a third tray just for like a little bit of dough. Hazel sometimes laughs at the end of her sentences. That's true. I'm ordering pizza because I'm the boss. Don't tell me. You didn't pick a very sneaky place to convey it. I love ginger snaps. I like them too. They're just a very different animal from a gingerbread cookie. Okay. I'm not going to eat all of the rest of the dough. That would be bad for me. I'm only going to eat some of the rest of it. Okay. So, I'm going to need to clean this bowl because I'm going to need it when we start mixing up. Mixing up icing. Are you gonna maybe re-roll into Void Elf? That is my plan. That is my plan. Did you guys see? Somebody made a post. I don't remember where I saw it. It might have been Twitter. I saw a post of the Void Elf models without any clothes on from behind. And, like, the women had, like, the normal kind of Blood Elf underwear. But the men had it, too. Instead of, like, the shorts, like, the boxers they gave them, they gave the man a full-on, like, G-string, and it was pretty cool. I'm all for equally revealing underwear. What is the Easter egg in the banner? I don't know if it's actually visible on any... The idea is that a YouTube banner different parts of it will be shown depending on what kind of device you view it on. So it'll be compressed to a certain amount on like a phone, for example, compared to your desktop. And that's why the photo of me with the whelps is not on the far end when you're looking at it on desktop. It's because when you look at it on a mobile, that photo should still be in there and then it's on the far end. So the Easter egg, which I don't know if anybody will ever even be able to see because I tried to see it with my devices and I couldn't make it happen. But supposedly, on a TV, so like a smart TV device or maybe a console, when you open up the page with the banner on it, it should show in like a squarish, like a 2560 by 1440 resolution, like a much bigger, not a strip, but like a big rectangle. And there is extra stuff in the big rectangle resolution, but I don't know if it'll actually load. I couldn't get it to load with my Apple TV. It was just showing me the strip. Only some of the rest proceeds to eat most of it. I threw out like 60%. Kitty, do you want to say hi? You want to say hi? Come here. Come here. Come on. How you been? How you been today? What's up? I know, there's scary sounds outside. This one's my favorite. This is my favorite friend. I've just taken a poll. We all demand Void Elf hair. Shortbread cookies are one of my guilty pleasures. Sugar and fat, right? I love shortbread. Okay, let's go. Go down. Ugh. Our next baking stream is going to be eggnog from the WoW Cookbook, but I figured it'd be boring to just make eggnog, so I'm also going to throw together some shortbread. All the talk about snickerdoodles, promised the missus I would make some, and now it seems like a good time. Thanks, Hazel, for the hangout session. You make your wife some snickerdoodles, Brent. You do it, I believe. Alright, so the edges are starting to set, which is perfect. That's exactly what I want. So I'm going to get my racks out. I shouldn't need this anymore, so I can move that. Shouldn't need this. Shouldn't need this. So pull out these ones. You can see they kind of lose all semblance of, maybe you can't see. They lose a lot of shape, which is fine. They're still delicious. But that's why I don't want to do any like super intricate shapes. Oh yeah. That's what I wanted. Okay. And then those, say probably 9 minutes. Okay, those will cool down. I'm gonna clean this up. And once those are baked, actually once I've cleaned up here, I think I can start the icing, because it'll take me a minute to put that together. My pretzel dough has gotten bigger. I hope so, if it's rising. That's the dream. My guilty pleasure, I will get sick drinking too much of that stuff, totally worth. I love eggnog, but I never have too much of it. Like I usually have like a shot glass worth at a time, and maybe once a day tops, because I'll get really sick if I drink too much of it. I've always wondered, what is eggnog? It's a dairy beverage that's kind of like sweet, spiced. It's like a very thick, sort of sweet, spiced, eggy, milky kind of beverage. It sounds gross, but I promise it's really good. But you gotta sip it. You gotta have like a little bit of it. It's very rich, so it can very easily be too much. I bet if you borrowed from Goblin Shortbread and used green coloring and some crushed pistachios, you can make the Goblin Snickerdoodles. I can't put any nuts in them, or else I'll be eating them all myself, unfortunately. Ginger blobs. I bet it smells amazing. Yeah, ginger is one of my favorite spice. Is it just spice? An herb, an aromatic? It's one of my favorite things to cook with anyways. I love grating fresh ginger into stuff. Your dough is rising to the occasion. Adult eggnog or virgin? I only recently discovered adult eggnog last year, because I made the Father Winter's eggnog last year, and I had kind of a lot of it, and I was like, what's a good way to drink this faster? And I was like, let's spike it with some rum. I'm an adult, I can do whatever I want. So, that was pretty good. Pretty good, but I enjoy my rum. I'm kind of a pirate like that. Alright. So, I'm gonna clean this, clean these, clean that bowl, because I'm gonna need it, and then our royal frosting, we're basically gonna beat some egg whites, cream of tartar, add icing sugar, and then start piping. Oh yeah, we're gonna make it purple. So I have here, we might need to do some color. Oh no, we don't. I have purple. I have pink, blue, green, and purple. So we're just gonna do purple. If I was really fancy, I would probably like separate the icing into different bags, and I would separate the icing into different bags, and I would color them separately to make like more colors of icing, but that sounds like a lot of work, so I'm gonna not. I checked my TV and I think I can see part of the Easter eggs. I wish it would show you the whole thing. The whole thing is really cute. It seems fishy. I had a surgery that made me lactose intolerant, so eggnog is a personal poison now. Oh, that sucks. Check your Twitter when you get a chance. I asked you a question. Can I sub in Skybo for Darkmoon Zeppelin on your Darkmoon Fair Pet Battle Guide? Honestly, I would have to try it, so your best bet is just to give it a go and see what you can do. I haven't been to the Darkmoon Fair in like a year, at least. Hazel, here's a poem. Yep, you're right. I didn't really like that poem. Beautiful legs on the banner. Well, thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that. It's a very, very accurate and vulnerable full body photo. I don't normally put those out there. Make him today's cute. Thanks, Alex. Okay, I'm gonna stop talking about cleaning. I'm actually cleaning. We're doing it. We're going in. Let's make some room here. And then at some point I'm gonna be able to drink that tea. It's probably gonna be like after the stream. I kind of have a ritual of after baking streams of like falling over my, like I take everything down and I like clean everything up and I put all the food away or whatever. And then I like collapse on my couch and I fall asleep. It doesn't matter how well I slept the night before. It's just for whatever reason, baking for an hour just wipes me right out, and I don't understand why. It's not that hard. And it's not like I'm not used to cooking or standing up. Like, I do that every day. Sometimes I spend quite a while on dinner, and it's fine. I just plug into my music and I have a good time. But for whatever reason, this just like... Okay. In there. Oops, daisies. Some of these cupboards really like to slam. Are you a Harry Potter or Lord of the Rings fan? If I had to pick between those two, I would pick Harry Potter. But I enjoy both of them. I've read the books multiple times for both series. I think I've read the Harry Potter books more. I read those like every other year. I love them to bits. I'm a pretty big Harry Potter fan. I wouldn't say I'm nuts. I don't have it like I don't have Harry Potter merch plaster in my house or anything, but I like those quite a bit. Lord of the Rings, I really like the Lord of the Rings books when I'm in the right mood for them. And then the movies were always good, but I think I got burned out in the movies because when I was a teenager, my friends loved to have Lord of the Rings marathon viewing parties where we would all hang out at somebody's house and watch all of the extended editions of the Lord of the Rings movies, which is a very long viewing party, and I think I was burned out on it. I think I was mostly there because, I mean, I was a teenager. I think there was a boy I liked there or something, and that boy really liked Lord of the Rings. I was like, oh yeah, Lord of the Rings, woo! Teenagers, man. Okay. But they were good movies. They're good movies. In hindsight, the Sean Bean stuff's pretty funny, now that I know more about Sean Bean. The Charlie Bone series, similar to Harry Potter, is also quite good. Oh, I haven't read that. I should try it. I recently read the Magician series on a recommendation, and that was really... I was surprised by how good that was. It's been a long time since I read a new book series that I felt like I would want to read again. I like to reread stuff, and I like to rewatch movies. It takes a lot to get me to get into a new thing. That's why I've reread the A Song of Ice and Fire books like 5-6 times over. Actually, I think I'm just finishing my sixth reread. But there's a lot of new stuff that I haven't read because I prefer reading things that I've already read to look for new meaning in them. I think it's just like a laziness in my brain to not want to learn like new characters and settings and rules and stuff. Dune? Never did Dune. I've seen it recommended a lot. I should probably read it, but I never tried Dune. As a kid, I would read new books all the time. I used to love going to the library and then just picking a random book out of the fantasy section. Always the fantasy section, just like the biggest book with like the cutest looking centaur lady or whatever on the cover, and reading that. But they all kind of ran together after a while. They're all kind of the same. I didn't really remember any of them. I'm rereading the Harry Potter books. Once I reread them, I'll rewatch all the movies. I like the movies too in their own special way, but the books are definitely the holy grail for me with that. Fear is the Mind Killer. Oh, is that from something? I had to make sure that ticking was my timer and not just my clock. I was a little scared. Patrick Rothfuss's King Killer series is awesome. I've heard of that too. I should probably read more. Lately I've just been reading, I've been recently rereading the A Song of Ice and Fire series again because I just felt like it was time. I'll reread it again once The Winds of Winter comes out, if The Winds of Winter ever comes out. But I've been reading a lot of self-improvement books because sometimes it feels like if you just read the right book, you'll be a better person, and I don't think that's true, but it's a very enticing concept. And there is a lot of good information about like time management and self-discipline that does kind of help. So those have been good. I used to love Aragon. The movie was so pitiful though. I loved Aragon a lot when I read it when I was like 12 or 13, but I went back and tried to read it later, like in my late teens or like early 20s, and I couldn't do it. It was too tropey. It was a little bit too, I don't know, on the nose with some of the different parts of it. Because it was written by, like, Christopher, whatever his name was very young when he wrote it, and it reads like the kind of fantasy book that, like, a 12 or 13-year-old that has been told they're very good at writing fantasy would write. Like, it's very good for what it is, and it was very successful, but Christopher Paolini, I think that was it. Some of it was not great. The books will always be better, but I wasn't disappointed with any of the movies. I thought the movies got better as they went on. Some of the early movies, and I'm always disappointed with the stuff they have to cut out, even though I understand why they had to cut it all out, because it's got to fit in a movie. But I really liked the later movies. Like the last 3 or 4 of them I thought were really good. The actors, I think, really grew into their roles in the Harry Potter movies. You've got to play less WoW and finish the darn thing. Only about 2.5 chapters to go. Oh, Piers Anthony agreed to read your manuscript for your fantasy novel. That's amazing. That's so cool. I finally decided to buckle down and finish the Pendragon series, held up over time. Aragon isn't taken very seriously by the fantasy community, so you're not wrong. I don't want to, like, trash it, because it wasn't I really loved it when I was a kid, but I also really loved Animorphs. Alright, those are about done. Okay. So I'm going to... Whoa. Get over there. Close enough. Some of these are going to have, like, a bend in them because my cooling trays are not quite wide enough. Alright, I'm going to drink some water. I'm going to get myself a gosh darn cup of tea, and then we're going to start mixing some icing. Might need to touch up my lipstick. What do you think of the Nazgul, the cloaked men creatures that hunt for the One Ring? I think they're very cool. They look very good cinematically. They're not... I wish they had some characterization. I wish there was more information, and maybe there is and I just missed it, but I wish there was more information about who they were and why they succumbed to that, the rings, because they seem very kind of flat. Gotta go, it's getting late here. Thanks for the stream. Have a wonderful, wonderful day. Bye, Lips. I hope you have a good day. If you're still here, I was very, very happy to read your tweet today about your resolution with the harassment thing with Blizzard. I'm really glad that worked out. I was kind of concerned, and it was kind of darkening my opinion of them, but I'm really glad that worked out. Don't forget your tea. I need some tea. I do a medium mug, I think. I think we do this mug. Because this is a tea I prefer to drink with milk. And if I have a whole Murloc mug, I'm going to be spilling it. Normally I probably should have poured the milk first. The idea behind pouring the milk first, I don't usually bother, but if you pour the milk first and then you add in the tea, it supposedly prevents the milk from scalding. I've never really noticed a big difference. You second the Belgariad books by Eddings. They were recommended to me and I enjoyed them. Thank you, I'm glad too. I was excited when I got that message today. Well, I hope you have a great night. Okay. Have you read the Series of Unfortunate Events book? Yes. Yeah, I had all of those as kids. I really like those. Have you watched the Netflix series that they started making with Neil Patrick Harris? Not very much of it is out so far, just like the first season, I guess, but I really liked that. I thought that was really well done. Not the movies, the new Netflix series. Communications issue, too bad we don't have a way to contact them as add-on authors, yeah. Yeah, the Battle for Helm's Deep is probably my favorite thing from the movies, like my favorite scene. I mean, it's a big scene, but definitely up there. Okay, so I need to start mixing up some icing and kind of come up with a plan. So this is a cookie. This is a cookie. It's kind of a blob. So what do we, like, normally I would just add like 2 splotches of icing and then throw some M&Ms in there, because there's each splotch of icing is going to have some M&Ms, because we're putting candy on these. I could do just like over the top of it like hair. It's not going to look like anything. I guess I could do 2 eyes and then some icing hair. But their eyes are not going to be white unless I actually separate some. I guess I could separate some icing. So much work. So lazy. Is that a titanium straw? It's a stainless steel straw. It may as well be titanium. The idea is to get the tea past my teeth, mostly, so that it doesn't harm them, because I've had some cavity issues, which I shouldn't have considering how much I brush my teeth. It's like some Japanese milk tea. Even just in high school when I read The Hunger Games, I can't do it anymore. I like The Hunger Games, but you kind of have to not think about it too hard. Those are books that you can kind of read while distracted, almost. I actually really like the Hunger Games movies. I don't know if that's a popular opinion or not, but I thought those were great. I thought they were great fun. Wrinkle in Time falls into that boat for me. Which cookie cutter made that shape? That was the Hello Kitty. Yeah, actually, I really did like the Wrinkle in Time books. I read those a couple of times, like the whole series, with The Wind in the Door, and... Actually, I think one of the later ones that I didn't end up necessarily finishing reading, but the first, like, 2 or 3, for sure. Milk After, yeah. I have it, I love it, and I want more. I'm glad that they stuck to the book. Yeah, and I think the actors are doing a really good job so far. Okay, so we got a dry bowl, which is important because I'm going to be whipping up egg whites, and extra water can make that kind of tough. And this thing's really loud. Oh, actually, before it gets too late, I need to send a text message, sorry. I just remembered something. I will be right back. Well, I'm not actually going anywhere, you can still hear me. thinking for the icing thing. Oh, oops. This bowl is so annoying to like slot in. It's like loud. Ugh, ugh. You gotta really like mean it. So I was thinking, what if I put some of the, like make the icing, put some of it uncolored into one of these guys to make like some eye spots, and then we color the rest of it purple, and we do that for like the air quotes hair. It's still gonna look terrible, but it'll be a thing, you know? I think I'm gonna do that. I'm thinking I'm gonna give it a go. This is the only tip I have that's gonna get this stuff out fast enough, so it's gonna be like a rosette tip. They're gonna have like rosette eyes. It's gonna be very strange, but that's fine. Milk first is best, but considered impolite. Impolite? Why? I just don't understand. Loved Wrinkle in Time. Aren't they making a movie or something? I heard some kind of news about A Wrinkle in Time being filmed. I think there's a movie or a TV series or something. Okay, 2 egg whites. I've been really going through eggs lately. There's 1 egg. Another one. Thankfully, I have another dozen available. I'm gonna put my egg yolks just like in a little bowl to dispose of, because I don't think I need them for anything. It used to be a terrible insult to the chins. The chins? Oh, like China? Instead of calling it cheap, by claiming it was low quality and the boiling water would crack it. Oh, okay. I always heard that the milk first thing was just to prevent it from scalding. Oh, my yolk cracked. I gotta be really careful here. Because when you add the tea into a body of cold milk, the milk is going to be more gradually introduced. Like you. Sorry. It made sense in my head. Okay. Had to dash. It's almost candle lighting time for the first night of Hanukkah. And then dinner at Red Robin. Lots of love, Hazel, and thanks for the great cooking video. Good evening, everyone. Thanks, Still Spinner. Thank you for coming. I hope you enjoy your candle lighting and your Red Robin dinner. China. Gotcha. Prevent scalding too. Should read that link if you get a chance. I will open it so that I have it for later. That link does not exist. That link does not exist. It sent me to a page where there's a dentist trying to talk to me. That does not exist. I was very confused. I was wondering if that was like a British slang of some sort. Because I know there are many types of slang that I don't understand. I need to get another egg white in here. Alright, I managed to not crack that egg yolk this time. Come on. This part's always really gross. I'm gonna be honest with you guys, I eat a lot of eggs because I need the protein, because I don't eat chicken or beef or pork or anything like that. But I find them very gross. I don't particularly enjoy them. I guess they're fine when they're like seasoned and cooked properly, but they kind of gross me out. Okay. Make sure I don't have anything in there. It shouldn't be. Okay, so there's the 2 egg whites, and we're going to beat those until frothy. I need my beater. Also, I'm horribly tangled up around the things that you pull on to open the drawers under the kitchen sink. There's a very long cable here. I'm new to your channel and I love it so much. Welcome, Kevin. Thanks for stopping by the stream. Temper by adding the hot to the cold. Eggs are chicken. I mean, they're hopefully unfertilized eggs. I'm looking for my big KitchenAid whisk. I think it's buried underneath my fruit in my fruit bowl. I have this bowl that I use for both KitchenAid attachments and like potatoes and bananas and stuff. I think I just need to pick a thing and then keep the other things somewhere else. They kind of fight for space in that bowl. Alright, so that's going to need to whip for a minute. I'm going to find my cream of tartar first, actually. I know I have some. I know I do. I just have not done a great job at staying organized out here. This is tea. This is tea. Hey, I did have icing sugar. Oops. Tea. Cream of tartar. No, that's more ginger. It's rosemary, spices. I feel like a spice rack would be good. Should do that one day. More icing sugar. I'll need that later. Yeast, candy, peanut butter. Where's my cream of tartar? I knew I should look for it before I get started on this. It's like in the tea somewhere, I think, actually. Oh, I found it! I found it! Sorry. Probably can't be very interesting. So I'm gonna push this back here. Start, and I'll stand over here to give you guys a bit of space. Broccoli has more protein per calorie than steak. You're good. Oh, I should eat more broccoli then. I really like broccoli. I put it in a lot of stuff, but I usually like buy it frozen. You can't put A1 sauce on broccoli. Compare volume of broccoli per calorie to steak. You can't see, no guarantees it'll taste any good. Lately I've been doing broccoli with like honey and soy sauce. Sounds weird, but I promise it's good. You're looking for... There you go. Okay, so those are frothy. We're going to add half a teaspoon of cream of tartar and then beat until firm but not dry. My spoon's gone. We need to chip together and get Hazel a wireless mic. I have bought like 5 wireless mics, man. I've spent well over $200 trying to buy wireless microphones. Not a single one of them worked. Or at least not for longer than one stream. I think that this solution, it's not elegant, but I think it's gonna have to be good enough for a while. I think, like, it doesn't sound amazing, but it doesn't sound awful. And you can hear me clearly, and it's long enough that I can move around. And I just don't wanna... I don't want to have more mics break. It's so frustrating to me when my stuff breaks down midstream. So at least when it's wired, it's reliable. A1 sauce for steak. I don't know what A1 sauce is. Broccoli steamed with garlic and ginger. Yes, yes. Garlic, ginger, like get some toasted sesame seeds in there. A little soy sauce. I'm kind of a soy sauce fiend though. Half a teaspoon, so this one. There we go. I just got my kitty a new scratch post and he's super excited about the boxing game, and isn't that how it goes? I got my dog and my cat both a present that's wrapped up under the Christmas tree, and I'm very excited for Christmas so that they can open them. But I can't tell you what they are because they're both in the room and they'll hear me, and I don't want to spoil it, you know? I'll make like a post or something on Christmas. So I think I'm supposed to sift the icing sugar. I'm really lazy, so I'm gonna not. I'm just gonna measure it. Tomato puree, raisin paste, vinegar, syrup, salt. That's a lot of different things. Alright, is that stiff? Yeah, I would say that's stiff but not dry. There's not a whole lot of it, so it's hard for it to really peak too much. Lucky you didn't buy them from Amazon then. You have no idea what xanthan gum is? It's something that's like a... I start answering like I know. It's just in a lot of things. It's it's an agent of some sort. It does something to it to improve the consistency or the texture, I think, or maybe it's a preservative. I don't know why I'm trying to answer. I have no idea. I'm sorry. It's a bad habit of mine. All right, so we're looking for 3.5 cups of icing sugar. So that's a half a cup. I'm just gonna put all this in here and see how we're at. I'm not gonna separate out extra icing. That doesn't sound like me. We're just gonna make it all purple. 3. It's gonna get very sticky. Oh no, that's, yeah, so that's 1.5 cups because there's only a half cup scoop. probably should have gotten a full cup scoop, but it's too late for that now. Whew, this is gonna be 2. And a half. I guess it is a good thing that I bought more icing sugar, because I'm almost out of this. It's gonna be way too much icing sugar. That should be 3. Actually, I think this is gonna be just about the right amount. This is gonna be perfect. He doesn't know what the greatest of all sauces A1 is. I mean, unless you put it on fish, I probably don't have a whole lot of use cases for it. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Beware of floofing. Also, I'm going to need to prepare a bag. I'm probably just going to pipe this out of a Ziploc. I think there's going to be too much of it to put into one of those little squeezy bottles. Make it purple. Alright, I put a lot of purple in there. That should be pretty purple. Make sure it really picks all that dye up. Ugh. It's made from fermenting sugars. Okay. Hazel, what is your opinion on other WoW YouTube channels? What do you mean? You mean like what are my favorite ones? I very much like, well, Savix, obviously. But, Taliesin, I'm going to learn how to say it right. Taliesin and Evitel are always very, very funny. And, Haruma's really nice, and he does really good content. I like his history of videos, because I never knew any of that stuff. I don't really interact with a whole lot of the community, though, because I'm kind of like a hermit. I should probably try more, but I'm like mortally afraid of bothering people, so I very rarely reach out to people online. What's she making right now? We're doing gingerbread cookies. This is icing, though. This is royal icing to go on the cookies. That kind of looks pink. I want it to be purple. Put a lot of purple in it. What else am I ever going to use purple for? We're going to Ursula here. There we go. I feel like there's still some clumps of food coloring that are not getting picked up by the mixer. Also, this is very, very thick. I'm going to need to start piping this really quickly. I'm going to set that to stirring, and then I'm going to grab my bag and get started. We need to start ASAP because this stuff's going to start hardening. And I'm also going to need, I'm going to use, I don't know where to put anything. I'm going to need this later. Alright, so here's our candy. What's the difference? Alright, we want these ones. I'm going to get a bowl of them. Because, again, if I wait too long to put the candy into the icing, it's going to be not possible. I'm not going to color coordinate too much because we're on a timer here. Oh! Alright, candy. Okay. I've dropped one into the bottom of my drying rack. I'm going to have to get that out later. Okay. Oh man, that stuff is so thick it pulled the whisk right off. Alright. I probably could have stood to add like a little bit more milk, but it's fine. We're just going to go. We're going to move. Move, 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 move. Get out of there. Seems like there's a lot stuck on that still, but I'll worry about that later. Okay. So I'm going to try and single-personedly get this into this bag. I am probably going to manage to like fall right over, so I apologize in advance. Sticky. Sticky, sticky, sticky. Sticky, sticky, sticky. I don't know how to do this. Oh, I have food coloring on my hands. Oops. Oops. This bag is too big for this. I don't need this big of a bag. It's too late. It's already died. We gotta go in. Try and put it as far into the corner as I can, because it's gonna be hard to get it off there. I didn't even taste it. I probably should have added some vanilla. There wasn't any in the recipe, but I usually add just like a tiny bit of vanilla to my icing. Okay. Novel would be on speed dial under lore. Oh, true, true. I can't believe I forgot about Novel. If I'm gonna be real honest with you guys, most of the YouTube that I watch these days, I try not to watch too much because it's very easy to get pulled into like a black hole of watching YouTube instead of actually doing stuff. But I'm a sucker for reaction videos. Specifically music video reactions. Sometimes, mostly K-pop, not always K-pop, but just watching all sorts of different people react to stuff is like a guilty pleasure of mine on YouTube. Overjoyed that YouTube's killing the featured video feature. They finally figured out that people hate those. Yeah. Oh, like the channel banner thing or the trailer thing? Because that would be funny. That would kind of validate my choice to not remake it if they're taking the feature out altogether. Because yeah, auto-playing videos are never a good idea. I know I say that while I have one on my page right now, but I guess I could take it down. Okay. Alright, so we're gonna just kind of... I'm gonna start with like some eyes. They're gonna have big purple void eyes. These kind of look pink, to be completely honest with you. I'm gonna try and give them matching eye colors at least. I'm gonna give the blob people matching M&Ms to go in their little purple eye blobs. So that one was blue. This one's gonna be red. My hands have so much dye on them. I think my icing probably won't dry out too quickly now that it's in the bag. It's like kind of airtight here. So I can still chat a little. I need my tea. This is very important. You like trade chat at all? Yeah, I don't actively watch your videos. But I don't have a problem or anything. I like the stuff that she does with Wowhead. Oh. Like the Wowhead Weekly, I think that's what it's called. That one's good. Yeah, it seems alright. That's what it should taste like. It's still not very purple. It kind of looks pink. I'm starting to think that maybe the bottle lied to me because I put like some big squirts of food coloring in there. So much so that my hands may never be the same. And yet, it's still pretty pink, you know? Okay. Finals? Nah, stream time. You gotta study, though. You want to be prepared. There is no better feeling. Actually, there's probably many better feelings, but it is a very good feeling to walk into a test knowing that you are ready. Like, you're just gonna go in there and crush it and get the best score, and, you know, all your friends will be like, oh no, I don't know how I did, I'm ruined, my life is over, I'm gonna have to go live in a ditch. And you won't say anything because you're, like, cool and sophisticated and mature like that, but you're gonna be like, inside, you're gonna be like, not me, no ditch for me. Even though they probably didn't do that badly, that's just a thing people do after tests, but you will know that you killed it because you were ready. You want that. You want that readiness. I feel like I should probably stand up straighter because my back starts to be mad at me after a while. Everything's just very low. Like, I'm a pretty tall person. I'm 5'10". When I wear heels, I'm well over 6 feet tall. I'm very long, and it feels like counters and sinks and stuff were made for people that are just like a couple inches shorter than me. So I end up bending over a whole lot, which is just a little bit rough. I'll be honest, Hazel has done some of the best boss strats I've ever seen. When I try and watch Fat Boss, they talk too much and oversaturate. I think it's just a different style of video. I like the Fat Boss guides. Back before I started making my own guides, they were my go-to for preparing for a raid. And I really like them and their sense of humor. I just want mine to offer something a little bit different that's just like a little bit quicker. And then something else is I noticed they have a good bit of profanity in there sometimes, which is totally fine. I love listening to other people swear. But just in case somebody wants to watch a boss guide, you know, on speakers with their kids around, I want to make sure that mine have, you know, the good words in them. Less of the bad words. Alright, these look really freaky and not at all like gnomes or... Actually, you know what? Freaky might be good. They kind of look like little void owls. I'll show you in a minute. I need to keep moving. Once I've done one Passover and I've given them all like some eyes. Here, let me move this so I can still read. Once I've done one good pass through and given them some eyes, I will see how much icing I have left and see what else we want to do to them. Do you like Preach? He's a famous WoW YouTuber a lot of people like. I don't think I've ever seen anything from him. Hazel's in a collab product with Super Secret Project, yeah. There wasn't, the Super Secret Project, it is real. It's, not exactly collaborative though. It's kind of like a you each submit a thing and then those get put together later. I didn't actually talk to anybody really. Just like always. Just me and my cat. And my dog. My plushies. Sometimes I run stuff past my plushies. I like to have like meetings, like Hazelnuttygames meetings, where I like talk to them about my plans for like what kind of videos I want to do or whatever. Or like a new thing I want to try. And then if it sounds stupid when I say it and I feel like they're judging me, then I know it's a bad idea. You know, that's normal. That's a thing people do. Okay. Shaving cream and toothpaste for getting dye out of hands. Learn these tricks after Easter egg dyeing with my little nieces. I'll try the shaving cream thing. I definitely have some of that. And I have lots of toothpaste. I feel like those are going to really dry my hands out. I'm really scared about, lately with the weather, and also I've just been washing my hands a lot because of the time of year. I've got some really bad, not really bad, but I have a little bit of eczema. On my hands, and I want to be careful with anything that's going to be like really harsh or drying, because they're already in a lot of pain. Ugh. Oh man, alright, well, you're getting your eye on your belly button. Close enough. Okay. Kind of do some mask lobbing here. This is more icing than I thought it was going to be. I thought I was losing most of it to the bowl and to the mixer and to that knife, but clearly I did not. This is the kind of cookie decorating I normally do. I'll show you guys once I've got these on. It's pretty customary for me to just kind of like throw some globs of icing on and then throw some candy. And, you know, it looks, to me that looks like Christmas, because that's the way I've always done it. You've got to chug that tea like a frat boy. You're 6'2" and you have to brush your teeth in the higher kitchen sink because my bathroom is so low. Yeah, that sounds about right. Maybe one day you can build your own house and you can build it specifically with high counters. And then whenever your short friends come over to visit, they're just going to have to deal. It's never bothered me so much in the bathroom, but again, I'm not 6'2". I'm a good 4 inches shorter than you. About your teeth, my old man was a dentist. He told me the reason Coca stuff was so bad is because people drink it more than what it is. We sip. If you chug then brush, then no worries. Oh yeah, the chugging thing, yeah. Yeah. That's the worst part with teas. I love to sip tea, so I've made an effort to, like, if I'm drinking one of these, like a black tea, which is more acidic, and acidicity, is that a word? Acidicness is also bad for your teeth, especially if you combine it with sugar. So if I'm having a black tea with milk or with sugar, then I try and drink those more quickly, and then, like, swish with water, drink them with a straw, and then, like, brush my teeth. But if I'm having, like, a green tea or an oolong tea, I feel like those aren't so bad because they're completely sugar-free, or at least they should be. I'm not adding anything to them, like not even milk. Then those ones I feel like I'm probably fine to sip on. Maybe that's what's ruining my teeth. But it's just, like, it would, like, some of these pours would just be criminal to, like, chug them. Like, that would be just defeating the purpose, okay? I'm giving these guys tummy spots. They really look like owls to me. Should I put more candy on their tummy spots? Do their tummy spots need candy? Hazel's like that aunt that everybody always wanted that makes video game cookies for Christmas. I never had anybody really make me video game anything. I wasn't really that into video games as a kid. I was into, like, I had computer games and I liked them. As a kid, I was really into books, band. I was a big band nerd in high school. I played the trumpet, jazz band, classical band, orchestra, theater orchestra, all that good stuff, private lessons, whole 9 yards. Very much a band geek as a teenager. I miss that. I miss that feeling, and I think this is why Arena is so alluring to me. I really miss that feeling of being a valued member of a team who has a skill that they bring that everybody respects, and you work together with other members of your team, and they all have unique skills too, and between all of you, with coordination, you create something that's bigger than all of you individually. if that makes any sense. I miss that feeling of working together and being respected for something you've worked hard at and respecting other people in turn. And I think that's what I really like about PvP, at least when I feel good at it, is it's that same kind of teamwork vibe where people want to queue with me. Well, back then, I'm terrible now. But people wanted to queue with me because they appreciated what I did. And that's all I've ever really wanted for my life, is to work hard at something and get good at it and then be recognized for it. Like, that's, to me, the best thing that you can really do. Ugh. That one needs more tummy goo. And I really miss that from band or just like from anything, because I don't really do anything with other people. I guess I raid, which is kind of the same thing, but maybe I just need to work harder at raiding so that I feel more valued. Not that I feel unvalued, it's just our raid is very casual, it's more of a social thing. Alright, I'm tired of squeezing icing now, so these are going to be 2 blobs and those are going to be 4 blob cookies. It's going to depend on how much sugar you really want to put in your face. I'm going to bring the camera. I'll bring the camera for a flyover so you guys can get a closer look at those. My Little Pony? What about My Little Pony? I definitely wasn't into it as a kid. I guess I had a couple of the toys when I was like very little, but I was more about the Polly Pockets and the Barbies and sea monkeys. I had a big sea monkey face. Video game cookies is pretty generous of you, right? She's making a gingerbread monster army. Yo, they're, here, I'll show you. You guys can decide what they are. So if we orient them this way, they looked kind of like owls before I gave them 2 tummy buttons. And then over here, those, yeah. Okay, look, I've never really been very good at making pretty cookies. I make yummy cookies, isn't that good enough? One of these days I'm gonna have to try harder. Get it, pat off and respect you for it? Thanks, Damien. What you're talking about is what I've started to dislike about WoW. You're expected to just watch Fatboss or whatever and do what they do. Raiding is kind of like a special thing because other people are depending on you to know what to do. And even if you don't look up stuff ahead of time, the figuring out what to do phase is very short, and it's more about farming and kind of doing the fight as efficiently as you can, at least for us. Still owly? Thank you. I'm calling them void owls. I was told to use straws for non-heated drinks because the heat can melt the plastic. It's not the best idea to eat drink melted plastic. And that, you're right. And that is why I have stainless steel straws. I bought these off Amazon. They're actually really good. I was worried that they would be hot. I was worried that the heat would be a problem. And that, like, when drinking from a stainless steel straw, I'd be more likely to burn myself. But it's actually been less because I think it cools down mid-straw. What is supposed to be? They're supposed to be yummy. Is that a thing? Is that close enough? I'm gonna sit. I'm gonna grab my stool and I'm gonna eat one of these cookies and I'm gonna sit and read chat for a minute or 2. And then I'm gonna go fall over. But not before I've had a cookie and some tea. So let me grab my stool. I conveniently left it within microphone reach because I didn't want to have to unplug myself. Okay. Void Gumby clones. Void Gumby. Couple of good WoW ones you did. Creepiest things in WoW, biggest mysteries in WoW. Check them out. Alright. You got into computer games when my mom let me make a WoW character during vanilla. She ended up just giving me the account. I only got into WoW because my high school friends were really into WoW. And I was very sick of not understanding what they were talking about all the time. And then I started dating one of them as a teenager in high school. And he was really into WoW. I would just go over to his house and he would just play WoW. And I was really boring. I was like, I'm bored. I'm gonna play myself. Amazing looking cookies. Well, thanks, Norma. I think he might be lying to me. But it's for a good cause. How long have you been playing WoW and how long have you been streaming? Started playing WoW in... ...2008. Started playing WoW in 2008. And then I started streaming 5 years later, 2013. I think I started streaming in 2013. I know I started YouTube in the summer of 2013. I've been at this for 4 years now. And I think I started streaming shortly after, just like a little bit on Twitch. I was streaming to like 2 people for I think at least like a year and a half. Bug question. Big question. Are you going to level 1 to get the mug? Yeah. That's the plan. I'm very excited for the prospect of the allied races being available in 7.3.5 as opposed to waiting for patch 8. Because that means it's going to give me time to re-roll without having to worry about then the new faction leveling. Like, I would hate if they released it all at once. I was like, ready, set, go, you gotta level, and then you gotta get geared, and you gotta get ready for raiding, and also, hey, you gotta level from scratch because you decided you really wanted a purple Void Elf bra. I want a head start on that. I would do it all at once with, like, a couple of well-placed WoW all-nighters, if I had to, but I would prefer to get a head start. It looks yummy, I'm not scared of it, but it's supposed to look like what? I don't know if it's really supposed to look like anything. We're gonna call them owls. Let's say it's an owl. I mean, now it's a half-eaten owl. Yeah, I started with Don't Starve, that's true. I was originally going to do more games than just WoW, but that fell apart pretty early. Have you heard of Upside Down Caravan? Creepiest place in WoW, you have to glitch your way in. Yeah. I had to visit there recently, actually, for, it was part of the Lucid Nightmare puzzles, I think. You had to go into the creepy place. Is that a want for the community, or are they coming in 3.5? Are they really going to come out in 3.5? It's not confirmed. It's not confirmed that they're going to be in 3.5. It's not confirmed, though, and all of the data, like the models and the files, are getting put on the 3.5 PTR, which to me makes me think it's very likely. I think it's quite likely that we're going to get them in 3.5. I wouldn't guarantee it, but I would give it a 70% chance. Cthulhu Christmas cookies. Mukbang Void Elf cookies and tea. I feel like whenever I can, I should try and at least eat one of the things on stream. Because whenever it's a thing that has to like set or like cool for a really long time, I'm just like, yeah, bye. I'm leaving now. Thanks for coming. So I enjoy the sit and chat. Although I really wish I could play some, I don't know if I'm allowed to play Christmas music. I don't listen to Christmas music very much anymore. My years of working in retail really killed that for me, because we used to have 2 whole months from November 1st until January 1st. Non-stop Christmas music. And when you're working full-time 8 hours a day, gets to you. Really, really wears you down. But I feel like it's been long enough. I've kind of recovered. It would give me a reason to still play until the actual expansion release instead of unsubbing then resubbing, yeah. The real question then becomes, if they do release Void Elves and, you know, the other allied races, they matter too. If they do release the allied races in patch 7.3.5, when is patch 7.3.5? How, like, is that the pre-release patch? Do we have to wait until, like, a month or two before Battle for Azeroth? Is it sooner? Like, it's already on the PTR, and we don't even have a Battle for Azeroth beta yet, and I will be shocked if Battle for Azeroth beta is any less than 6 months long. I've never seen a like, shorter than a half a year beta. Well, why was I bit? Sorry, I want food. I need to brush my teeth so soon. I can feel the sugar on them. Probably the first time a streamer responds to me. You're doing a great job. Thanks, Dennis. Thanks for stopping by. I feel special now. We all come here to feel special. I feel like I want to stream more because it's very nice talking to you guys. You're so friendly. It gets real quiet around here. Definitely see Zandalari Trolls and Void Elves in Nightborn in 7.5 and 8.0. The zones to unlock them won't exist. Yeah, that's my main concern about how they could put them out early. Because you're right, the Zandalari Trolls and the Zandalari Trolls and the, I mean, the Void Elves, you could probably put their unlocking stuff in Macquarie, because that's kind of where Ilaria did all her stuff. But Zandalari Trolls, for sure. would be kind of like they would have to do some reaching to make them unlockable before then, but I think they might do it. I think that there's going to be some incentives for them to make those playable before the actual expansion releases. Blizzard typically does release in November. A full year of Antaurus would be rough. I hope they don't make us do that. For their sake. Like, or for anybody's sake. I mean, I'll be fine. I'll find something to do. But I don't think they're going to... I hope they don't drag it out that long. I don't know. We don't have a beta yet. We don't know how far into the into Battle for Azeroth there really are. A lot of testing to do. Yeah. Your boss guide videos are precise and detailed. You earned a sub. Go Gnomes. Thank you, Stavros. Is that how I say it? Stavros? Go Gnomes. I am on the Go Gnomes train until Void Elves come out, in which case I might jump ship. November is good for holiday shopping. Legion dropped earlier, though. Yeah, Legion was summer, right? I think they're probably not gonna, like, tie it to a specific anything else. I think it's gonna be kind of like an it's done when it's done thing. But they will definitely set themselves, like, a deadline once they can kind of see it in reach. Do you think we can hope for a new class in the expansion or only allied races? Definitely only allied races. If there was gonna be a new class, they would have announced it by now. Maybe in the next expansion, but I think personally they should probably chill on adding new classes. I think it makes it very hard to balance classes. It makes it hard to balance classes. It makes it hard to balance gear drops and itemization. It makes PvP just like a whole new... It's just a lot of work. It's a lot of work, and it's not always strictly necessary. So I think they should, like... I don't think they should never add another class, but I think they should be cautious with it. Bit unfair for them to release the new races with the heritage sets and have everyone behind the curve who's re-rolling. That's why I really hope that we get them in 735, to give the re-rollers like myself a chance to get caught up before the race as it was. Not like they always give us enough time to get leveled and geared up. Like Emerald Nightmare didn't release for what, a month? Like we had quite a bit of time in Legion to get caught up. I'm sure they're gonna delay the raid initially, but still. You should add subclasses. Oh man. You're expecting it to release midsummer, maybe? I think that, yeah, it's possible. It's possible. Another 10 months until we get early access to allied races and a new BG to bridge the gap. Yeah, if they did, I feel like that's a possibility. That it's Battle for Azeroth is a ways out, but these things that they're working on, like on the PTR, would be earlier to kind of help out. I'd rather be good than fast. Same, yeah. I think they could stand to pace themselves even a little bit more slowly with the early patches in an expansion. I know they definitely, like in Warlords, was it Warlords? They came out with the patches for, I think, Warlords, like the early raids, too fast. People were kind of done with them, like they were ready for new content, but it meant that we were stuck in Hellfire Citadel for way too long. And I think they just overestimate their capacity to complete an expansion on time, and they put out patches with the expectation that the last patch isn't going to be that long. But then stuff happens, and it is going to be that long, and it's just kind of life. And they've done that so many times now that I think they should just give themselves more time by adding an extra month to every raid cycle. If guilds get burnt out, they'll stop like we do, and they'll come back later. But I would rather have those gaps kind of interspersed throughout the patches of an expansion for a longer expansion than have them all at the end. Although there's something to be said for a big gap in content at the end of expansion, because that gives us room to do all sorts of fun end of expansion catch-up stuff. I have a video planned for hopefully this week, assuming I actually get some stuff done, that kind of goes over my favorite like end of expansion goals and stuff to do to stay busy. Got a buddy, should try Final Fantasy, and I've had so many we need this in WoW moments. Pretzels are in the oven, I believe. Those are going to be so good. Wildstar had some real WoW needs this moments too. Longer raid cycles, yeah. I'd be on board with them. Okay, I made some cookies. We did it. I'm gonna brush my teeth and fall over and probably soak that bowl because I think that the icing is kind of turning into cement. But thank you guys so much for coming. Next stream is gonna be Friday. Next stream is gonna be this upcoming Friday regular WoW stream, but we're gonna be doing another baking stream. I think it's in the community post. If you go to the community tab of my channel, I have it scheduled there. I don't know when it is off the top of my head, but it's shortbread cookies and eggnog. It's gonna be our next baking stream. Yeah, thanks for coming. I hope you guys have a wonderful, wonderful wonderful day.